Welcome, y'all, to our very first live chat and chew. We are super excited to be with you, ladies and gents, this evening. I'm your girl, Special K, and my other two sisters that are here with us is Miss Ebony and Tisha. Welcome, ladies.
Hey.
So our last video, our part one, this is a second part. This is a two-part episode. We talked about going on a cruise. We always give y'all. Usually we're eating, so we're still eating, but we decided to take y'all on some travel and some leisure time to come and hang with us a little bit. So our first part, we talked about our cruise ship. So this part, we're going to tell you about our excursions, but just to briefly recap, going over our first part with our cruise ship, just to kind of give you some do's, don'ts, takeaways, just in case you haven't seen the video. And even if you haven't, and I give you this, still go back and see it. It was a really great, fun episode. My favorite part of cruising is you don't need a passport. So that means all you need is your birth certificate and your ID, and you're there. As long as you're on the ship. Of course, flying is totally different, but on the ship, your birth certificate and your ID is good enough. Another thing, research your ship. All cruise lines, we are faithful to Carnival. We definitely want to try other ones out there. You have Voyage Virgin, I think it is. You have Royal Caribbean. So each ship has different guidelines as to do's and don'ts. What you can bring on the ship, what you have to, as far as like a tire, different things that's going on. So be sure to do your research for each ship to see the do's and don'ts for that ship. Especially like, as some people still have COVID regulations in place, so you'll know all of that. So it won't be any hiccup. When you get to the gate, you can just go straight on and enjoy your cruise. Another thing is to make sure you're up to date on anything that might be updates as far as something that's changing. Recently, Carnival sent me an email. I'm not even on the ship, but they sent that they had a cruise going out and they were departing an hour earlier than scheduled. They didn't give a reason why. So you want to make sure you have flexibility. We all suggest, I think we all got there and usually get there a day ahead of time. So you don't have to be one of the ones running on the pier because the ship will leave you. But we don't want you all to get left. And when people think of ships, they think of, oh, I don't want to go on the ship. I don't want to go on the water. Motion sickness. A good piece of advice, because I suffer with it and my kids, my oldest daughter suffered with it well. I've been fortunate enough that I've never had to actually take any medicine for it, but I've seen people that do. So word of advice, make sure you get your cabin in the middle of the ship. I always get an upper level because it's closer to stuff. But when I did my research here recently, because I have a group thing planned, so I want to be able to give them tips, it says to actually book your cabin at the lower level of the ship so you don't feel the rocking. So that was something, new for me. So that was just a brief recap. So you ladies have anything to add to that? We're good on the recap? Good. So we are super excited for part two. We get to let our hair down a little bit on this one, but first we're gonna go to a quick video to show you some of the things that we saw when we were there.
Welcome back. Welcome back. We hope that you all have enjoyed that video. While you're here streaming with us live on YouTube, go ahead, if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel and hit that notification button so you will be notified anytime a video is dropped. Okay.
Anytime.
Anytime. Okay. So let's thank you everyone who's tuned in right now watching us live. I can't name you all, but I'm gonna just name a few. Kaylisha, yes, thank you. Dreamy Chai, thank you for joining us. Portia, thank you for joining us. And yes, you are so right. I know y'all forgive me in advance, don't judge me, but I laughed. Portia said yes, because I have seen those videos of people running to the pier.
Right.
That is real talk.
Right.
Okay. They run to the pier, and then excursions, they will leave you too.
Yes.
I'm not excursions. When you get to the island and it's time to leave, oh my, they will leave you. You know what I mean? So yes. But thank you all. Also, if you're not in our Facebook community, please join us there. It's a public group. Go to the search bar and put Chat and Chew and join us there as well so you can be notified of everything that we have going on, okay? So let's get into it. What you got for us today, Tisha?
All right. So the second portion, we're going to talk about what happens when you actually get off the ship. Excursions, what we see, what we do. So we're going to get right into it. We talked about the last time we took 2 separate ships. But we ended up going to the same places minus 1. So because you two were together, what did y'all? So what was the first stop?
Ocho Rios?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Ocho Rios.
All right. So go ahead.
I was saying you didn't do Ocho Rios, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead. I just want to make sure you did too. Go ahead.
Okay. So. Okay, first question. Did you book prior to getting on board, or did you book while on board? And why? Whatever decision, why?
I'll take that one. We did, so we didn't do on with Carnival, right? But word to the wise, if you're going to do an excursion, do it through Carnival. A lot of people try to go outside of the cruise ship and do something private. But if for some reason, heaven forbid, they don't get back in time, you get left. Like that, the bus could break down, anything can happen. Carnival will leave you. On the same token, if you book through Carnival, fire can happen, whatever can happen. It could be days later. Carnival gonna wait for you. You know what I mean? Carnival will wait for you to get back on the ship. So we didn't do Carnival this time, but we met. So the last time we went, we did a girls trip, and we met the tourist guy from there. So we've been keeping in contact with him. So we planned our tour through him. Well, that ended up falling apart because he ended up having to do a tour with another cruise ship that wasn't originally planned. And so he put us on with his buddy. Well, his buddy wasn't communicating with me, you know, like, so, and I'm like, hey, like, dude, where are you going to be? What time? So he was real flaky. So I'm be honest, I got a little nervous. Listen to your gut said no. So when we got there off the ship to the port or what have you, we just ended up taking a tour with somebody that was already out there, you know, scheduled to do a tour. So that's how we ended up doing ours. But lesson learned, because even trying to do it with him, and he's somebody that, you know, you can depend on, we know, but job first, you know what I'm saying? So he ended up having to go with his job. So I would definitely book through Carnival, through the cruise ship.
Can I say one thing real quick? Teach before you jump to the next one. You can finance your excursions as well, and we'll get to that piece later with the financing. So that's why another reason, because excursions are a little more.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
So we do want to include, because if you've cruised before, you already know. But if you haven't cruised before, when you get off the ships, there are going to be tons of people.
Yes.
We'll give you a ride. You just gave us some information that we didn't know prior to about what's happening in good old Jamaica with these tourists. So what did you hear?
Okay, so real quick, I'm in the carnival groups on Facebook, right?
Mhm.
And so Ocho Rios, I'm gonna be honest, it's one of my favorite spots.
Yeah,
Well, I really
absolutely.
enjoyed it when we did our girls trip, right?
Mhm.
So I ended up finding out in the over the Facebook group that there were several people that booked outside of Carnival, which means they booked on their own. They got off the ship, and I mean, I get it; it's cheaper, right? It's way cheaper. So they just they just took an excursion outside of Carnival, and then single people, right, went to Dunn's River. Everybody has heard of Dunn's River. Went and got dropped off at Dunn's River. When it was over, when they came back to thinking they're going to get in their van, it was a group of men that robbed them, you all. And it was like, took everything they had of the money, jewelry, robbed them. So when I read it, I kind of got offended. Like I said, this is my favorite spot. However, it happened to several people in the group. But what I took note, because y'all know we are equal opportunity, what I took note is it was happening to all the Caucasians, okay? So for all our Caucasian brothers and sisters, okay, be very careful and book through Carnival.
Be safe.
Be safe, okay?
All right. So you got that note. Be safe, y'all. So when you finally got with the tour guide, where did y'all go? What did you do?
I'll take that one. So we went through
the Gap.
What I really like about this excursion compared to the girls trip, we went through where they actually live. Okay. So we got to go through local like neighborhoods. We got to see the grocery stores. We passed the schools. The driver had pointed out if they wear this color uniform, this age group, if they wear this color uniform, they walk to school. And
like they were literally out, the school buses, the kids walking, like the kids at the playground. He was like, "Oh, they're over there having gym class." We were like, "Oh,
okay." and the doctors and lawyers. So look, y'all, if you are from the U.S., a doctor and a lawyer live in like this real nice neighborhood, right? No, in Ocho Rios, the doctors in neighborhoods were living in the hood.
Yes,
I couldn't believe it.
Hood.
And they said that the Kentucky Fried Chicken there is the best. And it got to be because my girl Candy Barris on Atlanta Housewives said that. But yeah, so we did that. He also took us to like this bar where we got to get out and take pictures. It was a lot of entertainment in the street while we were driving. That was a little different. He was driving, he stopped the van, somebody did like 20 cartwheels, we tipped them, that was different. He
had like a whole circus act right there in the middle while we're driving. He just booped out in the middle of the road and started flipping. He was like, "Oh, he does this for tips," and we were like, "Okay, well, y'all want to get some money together and tip him so he can move," because he was still standing
there. Wait. So y'all driving.
Yes.
And this guy was just outside in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
Flipping.
Literally on the side. Yes.
He did like 20 flips. And it was so funny because the driver was like, the driver did this, y'all. The driver said, he's working for tips. So Keisha and I and our family, we was gathering out. I'm like, Lord, let's bless this baby because he done did 20 flips. And he wouldn't stop until we tipped him.
He kept flipping.
Until you tipped him.
He kept flipping. And the driver blew the horn and told him, "Come on over here." And we gave him the money out the window. I think they got us. They were working together.
I think they were too.
They were working together.
It was a lady on the side of the road. She was selling some stuff. But we told him, keep going or whatever, Oh, but then we went to this restaurant. As you see in the video, it was the menu and the food. The food was really good. It had to be some of the best jerk chicken that we have ever tasted.
Yes.
And then we did some shopping as well. So that's what we did.
Well, when I went, my husband and I, we went to Yaman Adventure Park. And we did ATV. We did the ATV excursion. Cool. And we also did, so it was like a two-parter. So they gave us lunch. So a lot of the excursions, especially the longer ones, they will give you something to eat.
Yeah.
So we had lunch, but like it wasn't nothing to write home about. And and then we did so they took us to the river, and I think Yaman runs through, like Dunn's River runs through. When I tell you the war, like it was like to just be outside in nature, like because you're in the jungle, you know, and the water, the lake, like they had the guys who work there, and like basically all they do all day long is dive, jump off the cliff, dive, and that's it. Gotta be the best life. And so the ride there, they put us on this tractor. It was this random John Deere tractor with like this wooden this wagon that they built, right? So I'm sitting on the edge. I'm scary. Like y'all know I'm scary. Like I don't do stuff. So we had one guy, and so the one guy that took us, like I'm talking about, the wagon was full to capacity, right? And Yaman, like this is up the hill, like this whole thing, this is up a mountain, okay? So this other tractor comes speeding past and like parks in front of the one that we're on. They had this conversation, and so the guy that the original, he was like, hey, if you're going to the river, you need to get on this one. Now, the one that we were originally on looked a lot nicer, had like a little canopy and all of that. This other one, let me tell you something. We going up the hill, right? We going up the hill. And I guess we was too chunky up in that back, and some of us had to get off, right, and push this wagon. Like when I tell you, like if we had moved the wrong way, we were like an inch away from the cliff, like falling over. I'm telling Daniel, like, why every time we go on trips, we can't just be regular and just do regular stuff? Got to attempt to die. But anyway, so the water was beautiful. But when I tell you the ATVs, listen, because you're going up a mountain, and when you're in these groups, because safety first, so they you got to go a certain speed, and you can only go as fast as the person in front of you. So what I was actually doing was letting the person in front of me get ahead a little bit so that I could crank it up. It had just rained, mud puddles, black, like, and y'all know I don't like stuff like that. Like I went through.
Did you cry? Did you cry? Did you cry because you got dirty?
Look, I threw my stuff away though. The shoes, that outfit, trash. I'm good. I just want to do, for the experience. Let me go through the mud. But we had like, if you go to Jamaica, I recommend
the ATVs.
All right, so next stop.
Let me say too, for the ATVs, we were going to do that because I saw that because our group wanted like the ATVs or something where you do like the jet skis and stuff. You have to be licensed. So that's why we didn't, because everybody was not licensed. I think you had to be at least 18 and you had to be licensed. So make sure when you do your excursions, you look at all that fine print and guidelines, you know what I mean? Yeah. So if you're trying to do something as a group, you want to make sure that, everybody can participate. And I guess too, Ocho Rios, as far as that, like being real narrow, I guess that's just how it is. Because we were like that. We were on a bus. Yep. And when I tell you, like, you could reach out and yank the person in the bus next to you, that's how close that we were. So scared, and we were in mountains. Yeah, we were on the edge of the mountain. Yeah, it was. I don't want to do that again.
So the next Grand Cayman. What did y'all do? What did you think?
I like her. I'll go take that one. I like Grand Cayman Islands. It's more like a laid back, low key. I don't really look at it as like a party city type place. Both times I went there twice, right? So both times that I went on both my trips, we did a private excursion. Keisha, do y'all remember her name?
No, and I was trying to think.
I can't think of
Jenny.
Yes, Jenny on the block. That right was so awesome. One of the things, no matter where you travel to, try to get to know your tour guide so you can get their information. Because when we went back, we didn't particularly get Jenny, but Tisha got Jenny's mom, right?
Yeah.
So if you
in the family.
if you get a real good tour guide, make sure you also do the reviews because that's really important for their jobs. Okay. But we went through the cities or whatever. We went through the city, the local city, whatever. And we stopped by a place called Hale. And that was different. We got out there and did a little shopping. That was the picture with all the black in the background. It was really different. We also went to go see the dolphins. We did not pay our money to get in the water. You can do that. Or if you're not really big on that, you can just enjoy it from the sideline. Okay. Welcome to everyone who's just joining us. I see we have, I just want to give shout outs. One JJ left. Hey, son.
Hey, JJ.
Hey, Pinky. Hey, Stacy, and everyone else that just joined.
Hey, ladies.
But, you know, we went to Grand Cayman Islands twice and we didn't eat. Tisha, did you eat in Grand Cayman Islands? Oh, yes, we did. Oh, I'm sorry. We went and got rum. We went to a store. We had their rum cake and we had their beef patties. And it was good. And one thing I would say about these countries, they don't even check no ID or nothing. I was talking to my little 19-year-old so wrong. Like, I would never. You want to know how old she is first? But
well, you know, some of the islands are much younger because somebody only has to be 18, right?
A lot of them 18.
Yeah.
A lot of them. So that's what we did. Anything you want to add to that? Or Tisha, did y'all do anything different?
No. So so we had Jenny's mama. I don't even remember her name, but we had Jenny. And Jenny mama took us to all the spots. She took us to where she grew up. Jenny mama was pissed at the government because, to be quite honest with you, like out of all the islands, like Grand Cayman, literally, I mean, if you get off the boat, you get off the boat. Yeah.
Just to say you did.
Yeah.
Go get you a t-shirt, a keychain, and
some rum and your rum cake or something.
Yeah, go get your rum cake.
Yeah. Because they're doing a lot of building,
a lot of construction.
Yeah, she told us whoever owns, I don't know if it's Solo Cups, but whoever owns the Styrofoam Cup company is the person that's buying up all of the land over in Grand. And so this person is buying up all of the beachfront.
Oh yeah,
out there. So yeah, she was pissed off, and she was taking us to all the places that she used to go to, but she can't no more. And then Jenny mama was cussing, and you know my Daniel cussed too. So them two,
they had a good time. They had a
cussing battle.
They had a cussing party. Yeah, the pineapple rum cake. Let me tell you something. And this is like for real rum cake. I can eat all mine.
Yeah.
I was getting, it was strong.
Yeah, you will, listen, do not sleep because we're not talking about here where it's maybe modified or
It's some pure
real deal. Okay?
It's some pure.
Yes, you can. In fact, my daughter, shout out to her, Dreamy Child, China. She's grown, but yeah, she did. She got tipsy off that rum cake, huh?
And I brought some back home to mommy, and she went, She was like, "Oh no,
Trying to get
Gary Hardy did not want to eat the rum cake."
But yeah, I don't have much for Grand Cayman Islands. I'm not saying don't go, but after going there one time and I've been two, I'm good over it. Oh, but for those of you, because you know we're equal opportunity. Some of you that are watching, maybe a hustler or whatever you got going on, or even an entrepreneur. I do know that a lot of people get accounts and keep their money over in the Grand Cayman Islands.
Yeah, that's a biggie. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna give me a little count and put
their stuff doesn't really look like it's all that. I mean, compared to ours. But when I tell you, like the hotels that we have here to stay there a night is thousands of dollars a night, and the island itself looks so run down, really. But I get it is because like they're renovating and stuff. But they said a lot of stars come there. They come there for their getaways. They come there for their vacations. They have their money tucked away there. But, you know, like you said, if you've been there before, it's probably not one that you'd really be pressed about getting off. You know what I mean? But if it's your first time, I mean, everybody's different. If it's your first time, pay the $25. I think $25 or $35 like your average for a tour, and just let them, you know, take you around the island or whatever. So you can at least say, you know, you've seen the island or whatever.
Before we move forward, I do want to say we do not recommend the Feed the Turtles. That's the one that both times we went, the tour guide let us know it is a waste of your money. You go in there for 10 minutes and you end up paying 25, 35, whatever it costs. You're in there for like 5 minutes feeding those big tail turtles. And they're huge, but it's not worth it. So we don't recommend that. Go ahead, Tisha.
Let's go to the pet store at home.
Right.
So, and so the last one, because my cruise, we only did 2, but you guys actually went to Cozumel, Mexico. So what happened? You body rolled?
Yeah.
Right.
I love Mexico. Now, what's so crazy is when we did this trip for the girls trip, my favorite was Ocho Rios, right? But we had a whole lot more going on that they didn't offer. So keep in mind, they're not always doing the same excursions.
Right.
Sometimes they take the excursions away. But when we went to Mexico this time around, I really, really, really enjoyed it. Listen, you all, for your souvenirs, Mexico is the place to go.
Yes.
Much cheaper for your shot glasses, your cups, your hats, your book bags, your handbags, your jewelry. Much cheaper place. I really enjoyed Mexico. And again,
because with them, their prices are already so good. They're so reasonable that you don't have to do like you might at the other islands.
Right.
Well, you know, like in Ocho Rios, you be like, I give you 20 for that shirt. They be like, no, 25. Like, I'm gonna give you 20. They be like, okay, I'll take the 20. You don't have to do all of that with them. You be like, how much that cost? Oh, give me 5. Give me 5.
Yeah. Really cheap. I mean, you're spending $2. It's very cheap. So I really love Mexico. Mexico, when we got there, I got the big, don't judge me, I got the big tower of the margarita. I loved it. The people are so friendly. You know what I mean?
You can get them in virgins too. Because my baby got a virgin one. She got the big tower and she got a virgin one.
Yeah. Keisha, grown baby that's legal to drink, got her a virgin. Shout out to you, Keisha. You know, but that's good. But just so you can get the margaritas. They have entertainment. The food was good. You know what I mean? But I just really enjoyed it. And then when you get, you know what's so crazy? Cozumel, we have never done a tour. We have always, both times, just got off the boat and did all ours right there. Right there on shore. But that's how much it is. You know, it's so much going on right there. We went to the different places. They offer you free jewelry. I think Keisha, baby, Ariel got all the little charms. But then when you walk down, there's this little beach area. Jay and I went down to the beach area, sat. It was so relaxing. The water was so beautiful. I really like Cozumel, and I'm going again. Out of all 3 of them this time around, Cozumel was the number 1 for me. I'm going again. I'm going to actually make sure that when I do it this time, I do an excursion because I've heard great things. Like, well, if you think that's something, go out in the city. You know, so,
You know, we spent so much time shopping.
We did.
Between eating, going around to the stores, getting our free stuff, and then getting souvenirs for people. Because we would go to the different stores. And we was like, oh, that was so-and-so over there, but that store over there had it for da-da-da. So we was like, okay, next time we go, we're not shopping for anybody. Y'all gonna have to go with us or recycle the gifts that we done already bought. Because the next time we go, we're not shopping. It takes so much. You get caught up. You get caught up in the prices. And you're like, oh, I like that. So we looked at the time and we was like, we only had time to go out, you know, to the beach. So we said next time we're going to make sure we book an excursion.
So I actually, my first time ever cruising, Cozumel was one of the spots. And me, me and Jessica, we actually did do an excursion. But like you said, they do not keep like the same excursions. Like they switch up so much. But that time that we did go, we did tequila tasting. And let me tell you something. I usually like, I don't like tequila. First of all, I'm not a heavy drinker, but I don't like tequila. But there, it is so smooth. Like we got to try like different flavors. Jessica gave me hers. She won't drink either, so she hers. But I'm talking about, I'm taking boom, boom. It was so smooth. You didn't feel that burn.
It didn't put the hair on your chest?
No. And that's the scary part.
Right.
You're like, oh, this is nice. And then, hold on. Wait a minute. We went to a museum.
Oh.
Like a natural, like they had an art museum that they took us to.
Nice.
That was really nice. And our tour guide told us, so if you plan your trip right, Cozumel is like a bus ride away from, what is that place in Mexico that everybody party at? I can't
Tulum?
think.
Is it Tulum?
No, not Tulum.
Cancun?
Cancun. Cozumel is a bus ride away from Cancun. Now, at that time, I think he was like, the bus was like $25 or so. And at that time, Cuba was open. He like, you could take a boat ride.
Oh, wow.
To Cuba from Cozumel. So this is all stuff like if the ship is letting you off at 9 o'clock, if you plan it right, maybe I could hit this and, just plan it right. So.
I would say with the food, so like Ocho Rios, the food was great. Grand Cayman, the food was great. Cozumel, I was disappointed. I was really disappointed. We went to the Mexican restaurant there, Three Amigos, I think it was, something like that. And so when you get off, it's two, and they're right across from each other, right? And they both have good crowds. So of course you're thinking like, well, I could be good either one. So while we were getting our charms at one of the jewelry shops, the guy was like, oh, well, I really recommend Three Amigos where we went to. So we was like, okay. So I told the group, I was like, well, hey, he recommend horrible.
They weren't together.
I did right. Like everybody working together. I didn't like it. I felt like it wasn't really seasoned. I felt like salsas or Plaza Azteca, back here tasted better than, I was disappointed because it was not cheap. It was not cheap.
Yeah. I was going to say, listen, no judging, okay? But the drinks that you had in any of these places, nothing compared. I mean, home is nothing compared to there. You get the pureness. You know what I mean? Someone said in this chat, the margarita tower, I was too tipsy to do any adventures. True. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, the way you may drink at home, like, if you can have, like, a certain amount, I'm telling you, out there is the pure alcohol.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the rum cakes better and more in Cozumel. I even came back with some flavor. Keisha did too. And Keisha put it in our sweet potato pie. So like, take advantage of those things because they have a lot of pure products that they make right there. One more thing I want to say, you all tip. Make sure and be prepared. That's our next segment. But they're out there working for tips. Like, I love their culture because they really, really work for their monies compared to like the US. Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go. You got the what it's like on the ship. You got what it's like off. Look, these days, like vacation, do it.
Yes.
Do it, y'all. So up next, we got some commercials. So sit tight. We'll be back.
Welcome back. Welcome back. So as you all can see in our quick commercial break, if you are an entrepreneur or you know an entrepreneur, we have some with Worldwide Entertainment Media Group. We have some awesome advertisement packages. Okay, so please take advantage of those. They have some specials for 2023. So don't wait. Go ahead and email the information's there. If you didn't get a chance to jot it down, please, over in our Facebook group, we have the flyers dropped there. That's why it's so important to, okay, it's going to be down in the link. Okay, I'm sorry. The producer let me know it's going to be, the link. All this.
You say he on his job. Don't try to get that down.
Okay. That part. Also, tomorrow, I know that the Layers Effect doesn't come back until February for season 3, but we have a special edition live tomorrow, okay, with my girl. Look, for that show, Minister Letitia Watson. Okay? So please join.
The only cup will be communion.
Hey.
So her show launches January the 24th. Okay, that is next Tuesday. So make sure you join us again tomorrow night. Okay. Please set your alarm, your notification, and meet us back on YouTube, okay? Also, the Layers Effect is coming back in February. I forgot the date, but we'll keep you posted, okay? Season 3 is going to be better than ever, okay? And then we have the Chat and Chew. I love my co-host. You know something, y'all? Some of you are watching, I'm probably saying, what do they drink? Water.
Right.
Water.
That's it. Okay, that's all they had is water. Water.
That's it.
Juice, because I'm juicing. Okay. But yeah, so then we have Chat and Chew. We don't do our episodes live all the time, but once a month, we will give you all a live. We wanted to make sure we go live tonight so we can interact with our following and our audience. Again, we thank you all for joining us. This is part 2 of the Chat and Chew, where we chat. Hey.
And body roll.
All right, so we got for this part, if you're new to, following us and watching us, first thing we always do give you our feedback and our views. And you know what we didn't do, but we won't do it because as you can see, we all enjoyed ourselves. We usually give you a grade. We didn't do it this time around with the cruise. It was so much to cover, right? So we're not going to do the grades tonight. And then,
but honestly though, if we did like just overall, we would probably all do A's.
Yeah.
No.
You would do an A, teacher?
Not for her ship.
No.
She had an old ship.
Oh yeah.
So, look, y'all, I'm gonna keep it funky with y'all. We do not recommend the sunrise. Is sunrise or sunset? Who is it?
Sunrise.
Is it sunshine? Sunrise.
Sunrise.
We don't recommend it. We do recommend Carnival, but we don't recommend the sunrise. Okay. The Horizon is still. We've been on that ship twice. Mm-hmm. It's probably going to be one of our favorite ships. It's a go-to. Okay. Mm-hmm. But this part of the segment, we're going to do some chatting. We're going to interact with those of you all that's tuned in tonight. So today we are going to talk about quick island tips, some do's and don'ts. We want to help you all. We want your trip and your vacation to be one that you enjoy and that you think of for the rest of your life. Good memories, right? Because we ourselves have had some good and some bad, okay? So we want to share that. So who want to kick that off first? Tish, you give us what would you tell our viewers, some quick island tips?
So I will say, and you guys already said it, but I'm going to reiterate it.
Okay.
Please be mindful of when you are set to leave because they will. Carnival does not care.
Yeah.
They don't care how much money you pay. Mm-hmm. When they say that when you get off the ship and when they say that, okay, well, your bus for your tour or whatever is going to leave at 9:00, that's what they mean. That bus is going to leave at 9:00. And so you have to keep in mind that like you're not leaving the ship like you'll leave your house. Like
right.
So if you're it's gonna take me 30 minutes or so to get no. Because sometimes they park that ship like it's a car in the middle of the ocean. Yeah. And then you got to take another boat to get to the island, and then you got to be mindful, set your alarms, and be mindful of when it's time to come back. Set your alarms and make sure you're back. Because if you do not have your passport, you out of luck. Mm-hmm. That's what I got.
Yeah.
It's not one of mine, but just to piggyback on what she said. So when we were on the ship, on New Horizons, somebody shared with us that they witnessed somebody getting left.
Oh, yeah.
And what they did is they went to their cabin, got their belonging out, brought them to the pier, and left them and left the people and their stuff.
Okay.
Now, to Carnival's defense, how late were you, bro? How late were you, sis? They done went all the way to your cabin, got your belongings, and you at no point in time you weren't running to get to the ship. You supposed to have been left. You supposed to have been left.
Because, like, can you imagine? First of all, when you get to your cabin, you're unpacking your belongings, right?
Right.
So just in that, I got all my toiletry items in the bathroom.
Right.
I got my stuff in the drawers. I got my stuff in the closets, and they is packing up in the refrigerator. They're packing up all your stuff, and you still didn't make it back. You deserve to be left.
Yeah.
Not your belongings. You know what I mean? I'll go next. One of the tips that I suggest is, I'm gonna say one day, not gonna say because I do partake and drink. Look at the liquor when you visit these different places, right? Stop inside a Carnival because you'll see their prices, and then when you go out to the different countries, look at their prices as well, okay? Because they do offer different liquors that they don't offer here. Like Jay brought back some white Henny. You know what I mean? In fact, there's still like a little bit left, and we went in October. That just show y'all we are not alcoholics. We went October. How long you want this liquor to last?
November, December, January.
To be quite honest,
look at that 3 again.
To be quite honest, he did have to take it and put it up because anyway. So, like I said, they have really good prices, and then you can bring it back and, check in with your people. They may want you to bring a bottle back.
Yeah, and add a little bit.
Yeah, so I would say that, including the cigars. Jay had bought some cigars in Mexico that they don't offer here. You know what I mean? So take advantage of those things. Keisha, what you got? What tip you got?
I would say a biggie for me is weather. We could be snow, ice, sleet, hail, rain here. Over there in all them islands, oh, it's hot as hell. When they say hot, it is hot. It is hot. So be prepared. You might have to you're not gonna need a coat, you're not gonna need jackets, you're not gonna need any of that. So be prepared for your clothes that you wear and shoes. Like when you go to the islands, I know everybody want to be cute, but you're not gonna be able to do that foot game because there's a walk. There's a walk either from the ship to the actual pier or wherever that to get to the island, like in Ocho Rios. There was a long tail pier that we had to go from the ship just to get to the gate where we even step on the island or so be mindful of that. And everywhere you go, you're going to be walking. I don't care what island it is, you're going to be walking.
Yeah.
So I would definitely say.
Let's give them a couple more. Tisha, you give them another one.
So we had talked about this off camera.
Uh-oh.
But we wanted a bit of feedback from our audience today. So we were talking about 90 Day Fiance, right? And we were talking about how we know a couple of people who have actually gone on vacation, met somebody in the other country that they like, and they kind of, kept it. So we just wanted to get that feedback. Like if you were single and the opportunity presented itself.
And it will. It will.
What you gonna do?
Yeah, so leave it in the chat. Tell us, if man or woman, no children, okay? Because we don't care what you would do. Now, you can watch our show, but we don't care what you would do as a child. This is for the adults.
You're going to leave them kids over there, JJ.
Okay. Well, I'll just go first. So, I'm happily married, going on 13 years next month. But, however, if I was single, I would give that brother a chance, honey. Do you hear me? And I probably would start. You know what? I used to always be like Jamaica, but I'm gonna tell y'all, I really like how nice those Mexican men were. Now, my only dilemma is a lot of them, they stop like down here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? not a lot, all of them. I'm taller than all of them. You know what I mean? But I would. Hey, if I'm single, especially if I ain't had no children, like at the age my children are now, oh, I definitely would, honey. I would. What about you, Keisha? Would you give him a chance? Would you give us mine?
You said Tisha or Keisha?
Keisha.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
K or T?
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Oh. Please clarify. Look, both of us. I don't know if I would. I do have I have friends over in different parts of Jamaica, but to me, everybody wants to get over here. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants a green card. Everybody is loving you. You're like, boo, you don't even know if Keisha my real name.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like everybody. Now I do have one. We're just on friend level. We chit chat, and he is really nice. Like he's over there. And matter of fact, y'all met him. He's Jermaine from our first cruise over there, Ocho Rios.
Hold on, wait.
Tisha, like, oh, you've been keeping secrets.
We will talk about this in our friend group.
Okay.
On camera.
Okay.
Go ahead. Proceed.
But yeah, I would. I probably would have a friend over there. I would leave them over there. Don't bring nobody home.
So you keep me too. That means I'm not bringing them home.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, I'm at a place in my life and I'm married, but if I was single, especially at this age, I could go over and see my boo here, there, anyway.
And make sure he's somebody though that he don't mind being over there.
Right, because he's not coming
You know
home.
what I mean? If they trying to talk to you about coming back to where you at, no, leave them. Don't.
What about you, Tisha? Could you?
That would be
yes. With her, I can tell y'all already. She would meet him, but she's bringing him home. He's coming back.
So out of the three
islands, got married.
If I won't marry, because y'all ain't gonna break up a happy home.
Okay, that part.
You break up a happy home. If I wasn't Mexico, and I'm gonna say Mexico because listen, they're gonna work.
They are.
They're gonna go over here, and they're gonna go to the Home Depot. They're gonna go to the store.
They gonna bring him home. We're not bringing him home, Tisha.
But you can. That's your option. Bring him home. Now, Tisha, if he come with you, he's bringing his relative. This is no stereotype. This is all factual.
Right. He got 12 cousins. He got no.
They coming. The mama. Everybody's coming. One thing about Jamaica is they leave their family over there.
Right.
And they send
money.
Mexico,
send the money back.
They coming. Yeah, they coming. They gonna get on that bus, honey.
They got 4 grandmas, 3 granddaddies. You like, bro, you got one mama, one daddy.
It's sad. I know it's a little off topic, but they're coming and they're gonna take them people to our vice president house. You waiting for them to get to Virginia, and they got dropped off. Y'all know that's what they did, and we're against that part. Okay, we're against. But look, so I know this person personally. I won't say no names, and nobody will ever guess because we don't have like a close relationship. But she goes to Jamaica every so often, right? And not every so often, every year.
Right,
and for years she been going, and for years she was single. So she met her boo for years. Every year around a certain time she go. Well, y'all, we're not judging, but she's not single anymore. And so I talked to her. She going this year. I won't tell y'all when, just in case she advertising it on social media. But she going this year, and she have already said she's not taking that new boyfriend. And I don't mean no harm, but if I had a boyfriend, I wouldn't take my boyfriend either, because this is a relationship that I have been seeing this man for several years. You are a new boyfriend. You're not gonna come between this. You know
right. I don't know how long this gonna last. I know me and him good.
Unless my boyfriend unless my husband was my boyfriend at the time, then I would definitely cut him off.
You don't get any brownie points with the producer.
I know, right? Because y'all know he would cut my camera off, honey. Okay? But what about y'all in the chat? Don't get quiet. Come on, tell us. I won't say, we will not say you all's name. But would you all, if you have the opportunity, you on a vacation and you meet this nice looking woman or man and they want to get to know you, would you really give them your digits? Would you give them your social media to follow you? Tell us.
I know of someone who took a trip, Jamaica.
Okay.
I don't know about these Jamaicans, or do I?
Y'all can go ahead with them little working Mexicans. I'm gonna get me a Jamaican.
And she went to Jamaica, and we were like, she kept going back. Like every time you look, she was like, "Oh yeah." And I'm not talking about like every year. No, I'm talking about within that year. It was like of them. Like, why are you going to Jamaica? The next thing you know, we get a, hey, I'm engaged. Next thing you know, I'm married.
Not married.
She married him, girl. She seen him climb that tree.
She brought him. So tell us, did she bring him back here?
Girl, he climbed that coconut tree, and I was there.
I was gonna say, did he get a coconut while he was up there?
Something about that climbing that coconut. But they
wanted her Tarzan. Me Tarzan, you Jane.
Like it's something about a man that could climb and get your food.
Yeah.
So she brought him back to the U.S.
And that's the thing. So when we're talking about like bringing them back, you have to keep in mind visas and things. Especially when don't want to get political, but when President Trump came, a lot of that stuff, changed how easy it was to get a visa. So that's been the issue. He had a working visa, and then that kind of ran out. So it might, honestly, it's probably easier for us to go over there than it is for them to come over.
Yeah. So look, someone in the chat said you don't work, you don't eat, send you back to your country. That's true. Now, if I do what I need to do to get you over here, you definitely gonna work. You're gonna work 2-3 jobs, okay? But you're not gonna work all. I'm gonna need your time too, because I don't want you out there working, and I'm not okay. Then someone else in the chat said I would and just let it be a visit, but who knows something they turn into. That
would be me. It would just be a visit thing. We gonna schedule our visits. You gonna be my boo while I'm there, and but I'm not.
But it's so crazy because the average person that goes over there, including the young lady, she probably had no intentions of falling in love. You know what I mean?
She probably went over there with a plan. Because she go over there every year. So by year 3, she had a plan.
What I'm saying is she probably was going every year to be over there with him, though. Someone else in the chat said, no, I'm not bringing no one back. I know that's right. You gotta be so careful these days, okay?
And it's not just as easy as we just get married. It's a lot that goes into it. It's a lot of paperwork. It's a lot of money. You're responsible for that person while they are here until they get whatever they need to, be citizen. You got to show proof that y'all are in this real happily ever after. So you got to have pictures. You got to have proof that y'all have done different things. So it's not just we get married and, they come back here and y'all live happily ever after. It's not a simple something like that.
I have a suggestion. We said earlier today, when you go get their card, meet a tour guide. So we went on a Ocho Rios excursion and we had met a tour guide. And he wasn't our particular tour guide, but we got to know him a little bit, right? And so he was saying, when you come back, you can book me. And we knew he wanted to come back. So I got his business card, right? And he wanted my information. I didn't get him my telephone number. And he got my WhatsApp information.
Yeah.
Well, by the time I got to the ship, no exaggeration, this man was talking about marriage. I said, I'm already married. What are you talking about? I had to block the man. So
they aggressive.
They are
they're real aggressive.
I was walking back to the ship. The ship had not, because we always plan to get back to that ship early, because also you want to do that because you don't want to stand that long tail line and get caught up in that rain, because we did that too. And luckily that year I had my sewing was a wet and wavy, so when it got wet,
me too. So as I got wet, it just got cuter.
I was fine, baby. Okay, but make a long story short, he ended up hitting me up on WhatsApp. I'm like, hey, and he started talking about marriage. I said, I'm married. And so I had to block him. So get their information, but don't get them your WhatsApp. They start asking for WhatsApp. It's a red flag. They ask for your phone number or social media. That is a red flag. Okay. Yeah. Sorry to see all that because I had that bad experience. And then the man asked me, what about your sister?
Yeah.
How you gonna ask me? They don't care. See that? See what I'm saying? They just move on.
I'm surprised she didn't throw me out there, y'all.
Because she good for that.
I do. I will hook you up, you know.
Yeah.
But listen, so check this out, y'all. So, of course, today, the episode was part 2 of Cruise Life, right? And there are some of you all that are watching us that have never been on a cruise. There are some of you that have been on a cruise and maybe didn't have a good experience. Well, guess what? Keisha, Special K, and myself, we're travel advisors, and we have some upcoming cruise coming up. Special K is putting together a family and friends cruise, is leaving out
Charleston, South Carolina.
And it's in August the 5th through
the 10th, I believe it is.
Okay. One of the good things about, listen, you all.
But I also have one right here out of Norfolk, leaving in June.
Okay.
That's for, and that was called like, it's a celebration. So if you celebrate anything, for me, it's birthday for my daughter. She can be turning 18, and then she's graduating high school. So, you know, you got Father's Day, you got birthdays, you got anniversaries, whatever. And then we don't have to fly anywhere. I don't have to drive anywhere because she has a couple of friends that want to go along as well. So this one is the June one is out of Norfolk.
Okay.
The good thing about, listen, no matter who you book with, somebody is getting paid. So why not book with a travel advisor? One of the good things I would say about booking with a travel advisor is they take away the stress and the headache of keeping your trip. So once you book, and let's say your price of your trip goes down, your travel advisor will find out that information, and then you will get a credit on your cruise. Carnival is not calling you to let you know that you booked this at $800 and now it's $500. That is like $300. You know, it may not be that much, but whatever it is, we have seen it happen. It did happen on our girls' trip. All of us ended up with a credit because the trip, the price had lowered. Okay, so we have that coming up. I have some cruises that I'm planning for 2023. And 24. One is a couples cruise and one is a ladies. All my ladies. Okay, that's not. You got too much shoulder. But anyway, so
you're not gonna be able to go anywhere with all this body rolls she got going on.
Mr. Clinton.
The producer gonna cancel it all.
He is used to this, okay? But listen, be looking out for that information over in the Facebook. That's why it's so important to make sure that you're following us on all of our platforms, okay? Also, the producer will drop our email address if you are interested in booking a cruise, okay? I know some people are like, oh my God, and for all my former military, my husband is former Navy as well, and I had a very hard time getting him on that cruise because he spent his career out at sea. But when he went, it was totally different. It was times that I was in a room and he was out there living life on the ship because, you know what I mean? So we have the email there. I'm coming closer because I can't see. I have my glasses.
and one thing too, I'm gonna throw in cruises have this thing called Uplift. Ebony had mentioned it earlier, but you can get your whole cruise financed with Uplift. And the good thing so Carnival does their little thing too, but if you do it through Carnival, if you're traveling in August, you got to have that money before you get on that ship in August. If you're doing it through Uplift, so I booked last year in I booked last year was 2022. I booked in 2021 for my cruise in 2022, and I make my last payment next month. That ship then came gone. I'm ready to get on another one. You know what I mean? So, and they have it low payments, no interest, you know, kind of thing like that. So definitely don't get discouraged by the prices. You know what I mean? And they don't just do cruises. We found out that they do a lot of other vacations and things as well. So, you know, you only live once, y'all. Make sure get your vacation in, get your travel in.
And you want to do Uplift through your travel advisor.
Yes.
The great thing about Uplift, the average person does not have good credit, right? And it's okay. We're not here to judge you. But you may have someone else's name they will give you permission to put this in their name, but you can attach your bank account information to that account, okay, and pay for your trip, okay? So we hope you all have enjoyed today's episode, this live broadcast.
Yes.
I'm excited. Of the Chat and Chew. So the new Chat and Chew, what we do is the three of us, sometimes together and sometimes separately, we go out and we visit restaurants, movie theaters, nail shops, as you can see, trips, and so that's what you have to look forward to with Chat and Chew. Also, if you have any suggestions of anywhere you would like us to go in the 757 or the 804 area, please do not hesitate. Email us and give us that you would like us to visit to go and get some feedback, okay? Because we definitely gonna keep it all the way 100 with you, okay? But again, we thank you all for joining us today, and we expect to see you all tomorrow on the Layers of Fact, okay? Again, I'm your girl, Miss Ebony.
I'm your girl, Special K.
And I'm Tisha.
All right. Good night, you all.
Good night.